If you're looking for an affordable way to get into the Apple ecosystem in 2026, these are now the two cheapest options Apple sells. On the one hand, there's the MacBook Neo, and on the other, the standard iPad with the A16 chip. Now, at first glance, these look like two completely different products. One is a laptop and one is a tablet, but they're actually a bit more similar than you might think. Both are powered by Apple's A series chips. Both can run GarageBand and Logic Pro, both can edit video with iMovie and Final Cut Pro, and both can handle a lot more than their price tags might suggest. In this video, we're going to compare specs, talk about music production, video production, content creation, and hopefully find out which one is the best option for you. Alright, let's start with the basics then. The MacBook Neo starts at £599/$599. The iPad starts at £329/$329. So straight away, there's a pretty significant price gap. But once you start looking at what you actually get, the difference isn't quite as dramatic as it first appears. The MacBook Neo gives you an A18 Pro chip, 8GB of RAM, and 256GB of storage. The iPad gives you an A16 chip, 6GB of RAM, and 128GB of storage. So the MacBook already has a faster processor, more memory, and double the storage at the outset. You also get a larger display, a keyboard, a trackpad, and perhaps more importantly, the MacBook Neo runs macOS. The iPad's big advantages are portability, touch controls, and pencil support, and I think that's the theme of this comparison really. The iPad gives you flexibility, whereas the MacBook Neo gives you capability. The question is, which one of those matters most to you and the way you work? Alright, so let's talk about the thing you probably care most about if you're watching this video, music production. The good news is that both of these devices run GarageBand extremely well. If all you want to do is sketch out ideas, record a few tracks, play around with loops and build songs for fun, either device can do that without breaking a sweat. Where things start to separate out a bit is when projects start to get a bit more ambitious. Recording on the MacBook Neo is just a bit easier overall, in my opinion. Connecting an audio interface is straightforward, managing files is easier, and moving projects around is far more simple. When it comes to mixing, for example, the MacBook Neo's bigger screen maybe doesn't sound that exciting on paper until you're staring at 20 tracks trying to adjust EQs and automation. And that doesn't mean that the iPad is bad, far from it. In fact, there's a few areas where I actually prefer it. GarageBand's touch instruments, for example, still feel fantastic. Playing things like drums, keyboards, and strings via the iPad's touchscreen is great. Apple have done such a good job with these over the years that they're still one of the easiest ways to start making music. When you're ready to take things a bit further, both the MacBook Neo and iPad A16 run Logic Pro pretty well. You need to remember though that Logic on Mac and Logic on iPad are two different programs, and while Logic Pro for iPad is fantastic and, in my opinion, the best DAW available on iPad, it is missing some of the more advanced tools available in Logic Pro for Mac. On iPad, Logic is also only available as part of an Apple Creator Studio subscription. There is no option to buy the app outright. Whereas on Mac, you can pay £200 up front and buy Logic without locking yourself into any subscriptions, if that matters to you. In terms of performance, using musicprod.com's Logic Benchmark project, the MacBook Neo can handle 59 of these stressful tracks before throwing up a system error. In contrast, the A16 iPad can handle around 25-ish of these MIDI tracks before giving up the ghost. Now, this is far from a scientifically accurate comparison, but it does give you an idea of the capability of these machines when running Logic. If somebody asked me which device was more fun to make music on, I'd probably say the iPad. If they asked which one I'd choose to actually finish and release a song with, I'd pick the MacBook Neo. The other big factor here is plugins. On the MacBook, you've got access to the huge world of desktop music software, virtual instruments, effects, mixing tools, mastering tools, whatever you need, chances are it exists. The iPad ecosystem is actually really good these days. There is an incredible iOS app scene that spans everything from indie developers releasing incredibly affordable and unique instruments and effects to larger companies porting their desktop hits to iPad, but it's still a smaller world than on macOS. For casual music making, both are excellent. For recording, mixing, and finishing projects, the MacBook pulls ahead pretty quickly. Next up, video editing, and again, both machines are surprisingly capable here. If you're editing short videos for social media, cutting together YouTube shorts, or putting together family videos, the iPad does a great job. Touch-based editing has improved a lot over recent years. Apps like iMovie and Final Cut Pro for iPad are genuinely powerful. But every time I switch back to the MacBook, I just work a bit faster. For me, a keyboard and trackpad still feel like the best tools for editing stuff like this. It's just a better workflow for making things like precise cuts, moving files around, and working with multiple windows. That may differ for you depending on what you're used to, however. For most people, the workflow differences are probably more important than the raw specs here. Another thing worth mentioning is accessories. When people compare these two devices, they often compare the starting prices, $329 versus $599. Except I don't think it's that simple. The MacBook Neo comes ready to go. There's a keyboard included, trackpad included, everything you need is already there. With the iPad, if you want to go beyond simply using its touchscreen for input, things can get expensive quickly. By the time you add a keyboard, a pencil, and maybe a USB-C hub, that gap in pricing has shrunk considerably. And that's definitely something worth keeping an eye on when working out your budget and deciding which of these two machines you want to go for. So, which of these two should you buy? If you're looking for the cheapest way into the Apple ecosystem, the A16 iPad is still a fantastic option. It's portable, it's powerful, it's really good fun to use, and for casual music production, it's genuinely excellent. Having said that, the MacBook Neo makes a very strong case for itself. You get more storage, more memory, a faster chip, a larger screen, a keyboard and trackpad included, and access to the full macOS software ecosystem. If you really had to choose between the base model A16 iPad and the MacBook Neo, for most musicians, creators, and aspiring content producers, I'd spend the extra money and get the MacBook Neo. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts on which of these two machines you like best and which one you would pick up down in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and hype the video while you're there. I really appreciate it and it helps more people see it. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.